My boys. Yo, what is up, my boys? This weekend we got UFC Fight Night, Renato Moicano versus Chris Duncan. It's an okay card. It's honestly going to be full of bangers, but it doesn't have any name strength. It doesn't have any name power. So let's go ahead and get started with the main event. We got Renato Moicano versus Christian Duncan. Here's the thing. Renato Moicano is really good, and he has pretty good striking, but he's getting old, man. He's getting old, and every time he looks more tired, every time he gasses out quicker. Chris Duncan, as the fight goes on, he gets better. So because of that reason, I think Chris Duncan is going to be able to drag this fight along until the second round, and after that, he's going to just completely take over. Now, Renato Moicano is really good at BJJ, so he could take down Chris Duncan like he did BSP and absolutely obliterated him with elbows. He has phenomenal ground and pound. And he is very violent, but he's getting old, man. He's getting old. So because of that reason, I'm going to go, unfortunately, I'm going to go with Chris Duncan. I'm going to fade my boy Renato Moicano. So give me Chris Duncan, honestly, by third round TKO. I don't think it's going to make it a 4 and 5 because Renato Moicano gets too tired. So Chris Duncan by third round TKO. Next up, we got Jandirola versus, what's her face, Tabata Reishi. Now, on this fight, honestly, Tabata Reishi is really good at just winning decisions. She's really good at outpointing round by round, but by a couple of little strikes. And Jandirola just doesn't seem like she wants it as much as she did about a year ago. She's had a couple of performances in the past couple of fights. So because of that reason, I'm going to go with Tabata Reishi to just outpoint her. I think she's going to be the one leading the fight. She's going to be the one landing a couple more pitter-pats here and there. So because of that reason, give me Tabata Reishi by decision. Next up on the main card, we got Abdul Rakam Yakayev versus Brenson Ribeiro. Now, this was crazy because Abdul Rakam Yakayev is a minus 2,000 favorite, I believe, and Brenson Ribeiro is a minus 1,100 favorite, which is insane whenever you have somebody like Brenson Ribeiro who has phenomenal punching power. I mean, he's got a puncher's chance. So to be a plus 1,200 is ridiculous. Regardless, despite the fact, I am going to go with Abdul Rakam Yakayev. He looked really good in the, I believe, Contender Series and in his first UFC fight. Finished the fight in 30 seconds, but who doesn't versus Cicada? I think he fought Cicada, and I think he finished him in 30 seconds. Everyone does. So I think this fight's going to be a lot more competitive than what the odds are doing, and honestly, I would sprinkle a little bit here on Brenson Ribeiro, paired along with a couple of safe bets, because, man, the odds are insane. But regardless, I am going to go with Abdul Rakam Yakayev to win, probably by TKO. Now, next up, we got Ethan Ewing versus Rafael Esteban. Now, Ethan is really good. We saw him fight against, what was his name, Wellmaker, and he did really good. And that was on short notice, UFC debut. Granite chin, big fucking head. It is weird. It is uncanny seeing his build because his head is the size of his chest. It's ridiculous, but massive head, great chin. I mean, it's easier to hit, but he doesn't care. He has a great chin. He got clocked by Wellmaker multiple times and still beat him on a decision. So Rafael Esteban is really good as well. He's no joke. Regardless, I think I'm going to go with Ethan Ewing. I was just really impressed with his performance. I don't think he's going to get finished. I think he has a lot of durability. And now that he won his first fight and got a pretty nice, bonus check and everything, I think he's going to be able to focus a little bit more on his career and stop working on the construction site so much. So give me Ethan Ewing also to win by decision. Now, next up, we got Tommy McMillan versus Manolo Cecchini. Now, yes, once again, Tommy McMillan is a huge favorite. Yes. He's a plus minus 1,600 favorite. But again, those odds are just insane for MMA, especially when you're fighting somebody that has a little bit more UFC experience than you do. Now, you're obviously no joke. You're really good, but the odds are just ridiculous. So I sprinkle a little bit on Manolo Cecchini and sprinkle a little bit on fucking, what's his name, on Brenson Ribeiro. And I don't know, you might get something. But anyways, give me Tommy McMillan to win by knockout, probably round 2. I think he's going to drag it on a little bit, but give me Tommy McMillan. I think he's going to get it done. Next up, we got the most unfortunate name I have ever heard in my life, Jose Delano. Now, if you speak Spanish, that is a crazy name. That is insane. That's quite literally, I don't know, Jose from your ass. It's ridiculous. But anyways, we got Jose Delano versus Robert Rochala. Now, on this one, I'm going to go with Jose Delano. He does seem to be a lot better. Now, Robert Rochala, he's okay, but he just hasn't proven to me to be that good. He hasn't proven to be UFC material completely. I'm not completely discarding him, but I don't know. He had a pitter-pat performance versus Gomes, and Gomes is, I mean, he's okay. But at the very least, he did go to a decision, so that's good on him. But regardless, I'm going Jose Delano. I think he's gonna be a lot more violent. I think he wants it more than Robert Rochara does, and also he has a little bit more experience as well. Now, next up, we got Guilherme Pat versus Thomas Peterson. I do think Guilherme Pat is going to get it. Thomas Peterson is a blob. Now, Guilherme Pat at least has a little bit of a figure, I guess. No Diddy. And Pat, no, I'm sorry. And fucking Peterson, I mean, his only winning is against Danto Mays. That's not good. And you lost against Gaziev. That's dog shit. You did lose against Petrino, which is fair. That's actually not that crazy. So that's fair enough. But anyways, give me Guilherme Pat to win by decision. Next up, we got Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nicole. Now, I'm going to go with Alessandro Costa for sure, 100%. He's a lot better. I feel like he carries a lot of power for his weight. And Stuart Nicole, he's okay. He hasn't really proven to be the best either. I mean, he just got to the UFC recently. He did lose to Aguilar, which is absolutely fair. He lost to Rocha, which is okay. I mean, you took him to a decision. That's fine. But because of that reason, give me Alessandro Costa. That's just a big jump up in competition. I don't fully get the decision making there, but sure, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Let's give him a much better fighter. So there you go. Now, next up, we got Lando Vannata versus Darius Flowers. I'm gonna go with Lando Vannata, not because he's good, only because he has a lot more UFC experience. Darius Flores hasn't been in the UFC that long, I believe. So because of that reason, give me Lando Vannata. I don't know much about Darius Flores. I saw his last fight. I wasn't really impressed. I believe he lost his last 2. And Lando Vannata has lost most of the fights in his fucking UFC career, which is not great. But at the very least, he has a lot of experience, hasn't been in the UFC for a while. His losses are against like Jourdain or Zellhuber or, Green. Those are fine losses, I guess. I mean, not great, but fine losses. And Darius Flores, he's got losses against Elder, which is fine. Losses against Michael Johnson, which is fine. And lost against Matthews, which is actually, all those 3 losses are actually very justifiable. I get it. But I mean, brother, you got to show some level of fucking, of fight power. But anyways, regardless, I'm getting next up. What the fuck? I had a crazy jitter there. Anyways, I'm going to go with Lando Vannata to win by decision. Next up, we got Alice Pereira to fight against Haley Cohen. Now, Haley Cohen hasn't proven to be that good, but Alice Pereira has proven to not be that good in her first fight in the UFC. Now, fair enough, it could be her UFC jitters, and she is very young. I believe she's 19 years old, so I'm going to cut her some slack. I do think she has a pretty good build. She has very long arms, very long legs. She could keep her distance and just pitter-pat against Haley Cohen, and I think she will. I think after the UFC jitters, I think she's going to get a lot better. So give me Alice Pereira to win by decision. I don't see any finishing potential here. So for that reason alone, give me Alice Pereira by decision. Next up, we got Azamat Bikoev versus Trey Zingor. Give me Azamat Bikoev. Trey Zingor is kind of diggity dog shit, if yeah, he's not great. He lost versus Vieira. He lost versus Tulio. Tulio, I get. He did beat Tricoli, but who doesn't beat Tricoli? Tricoli is ass. He's fucking terrible. He shouldn't even be in the UFC, like I said before, but whatever. Anyways, give me Azamat Bikoev to win, potentially, but I think he's going to get, like, control on the ground most of the fight, and then probably get a TKO or a submission later on. So, I don't know. Give me Azamat Bikoev by TKO. Next up, we got, if this UFC page works, for the love of God, we got Dion Barboza versus Melissa Gatto. Now, give me Dion Barboza. I think she's got that dog in her. I think she's a lot better on the BJJ side. And I also think she's a little bit nastier. I feel like she has a little bit of an aggression on her. So when she fights, she wants it. She wants it. I can't say the same for Melissa Gatto, not completely at the very least. So give me Barboza. And lastly, we got a new fight on the card that I hadn't noticed before. We got Kai Kamaka versus Dakota Hope. No, the reason why I don't remember this guy is because he fought in 2021. I just looked him up at Kai Kamaka and Dakota Hope. I'm going to go with Dakota Hope. He looks a lot better, has a much better record. Kai Kamaka, Jesus Christ. I believe he was in the UFC before, lost all 3 of his fights, and then got cut, and now he's back. I don't know how much better he got. It has been 5 years, so he could have gotten a lot better at MMA, but I don't know. Give me Dakota Hope to win this fight by TKO. Kai Kamata is decision merchant, so I could see Dakota Hope getting that TKO. So that is it, guys. That is my rapid fire breakdown for this week's fight night with Moicano versus Duncan. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the comments below. Let me know what you think about this type of content, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.